Okay guys, sorry for the disruption in the stream there. Just a couple of technical issues. Someone lagged out during the formation lap and it just caused havoc with everyone else. So let's get away with the formation lap again. Hope that nobody comes on. Okay, Captain Nick, so you've got a fan in the Founders 865 with come on Captain Nick. Well, let's hope he lives up to that. After his first win last week, he should be on a high at the moment. I hope he keeps it on. Yeah, the man, the myth, the legend. Well, as I called him last week, the man, the myth, the captain. As that was an epic drive from him last week. He fully deserved it last week, and unfortunately he hadn't changed his party settings for the post-race interview, so nobody could hear him. If we do the same again this week, we'll make sure that if he has another decent race, we'll make sure we get him back for an interview this week. So 2 stops is the fastest way around, apparently, as we already know, from soft, medium to medium. Oh, you could hear him last week. We had people telling us that they couldn't hear him. They could hear Ben. Well, Big Bull, sorry. Fair enough. And if anyone after the race wants to do a post-race interview, just jump into the party with me and I'll host one with you. So just keep me posted if you want the post-race interview. Even if you don't score a point but you feel like you've had a decent race, just start the party with me, jump into it. That's why you could hear him, because we had the party on and it was going through YouTube. Fair enough. So we'll see what everyone's running, as a few people should be on the mediums. Yes, they are. Only a couple inside the top 10. And it's gone from 20 cars down to 17 for some reason today. Co-commentator this week, Jonathan, unfortunately can't make it. I don't know why. I haven't asked him. I didn't even realize until 5 minutes before the qualifying session was supposed to start that he wouldn't be joining me today. He might just have other commitments today, and if he does, fair play to him, and hopefully we'll see him back next week, as I will miss quite a bit of the action today, as I won't be able to see all of it just on one screen. So as we get ready for lights out, we'll pop the mini map up, well, the full map up, and we'll also have the position change. Yeah, it's why we're not on the main channel today. Okay, so we should be getting lights out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lights out. Who's got a good start there? Who got a good start? Tobes with a great start. Oh, Tobes has been swallowed. A little bit of contact into turn 1. A lot of contact into turn 1. There seems to be a big loser there, and that does appear to be Big Bulls, who has lost drastically. There's a bit of McLaren front wing flying around, and there seems to be a little bit of a melee going on in the midfield. As we know, Singapore very tight through the opening sector, and there is very little room for error, especially with 17 cars on the grid. Dragon on Speed making a move there, moving up to P15. Has he got enough to go around the outside? I think he may have enough. Yes, he has got that move done. Very nice move by Dragon on Speed there, with Super Gabu going through at the same time. Carl Paradox having an absolute nightmare of a start. Carl Paradox dropping down 9 places with 4-star down 15. So 4-Star and Carl Paradox were the biggest losers into turn 1 with that little bit of contact that must have put them down the order massively. It wouldn't surprise me if we see them two come into the pits and go straight onto the hard tyre, try and extend it as deep into the race as possible. It's the only way that they're going to make up any sort of position at this rate. Try and do the overcut on the faster cars ahead. But saying that, yes, Captain Nick is doing okay. He has gained 6 positions so far through lap 1. The biggest winner is Royal Viking, up 7 places. Captain Nick up 6 places. Royal Viking up 5. Sorry, Kyle up 7 places. My Delta has just had a moment, a little bit of a brain fart, as it is saying that Pheasant Plucker is up in P2 when he is down in the midfield. So we'll give that a moment to swap itself out. We have a McLaren in ghost mode. What McLaren is that? So we have Liverpool fan and 4-Star in the pits. Tobes still out on track. Royal Viking, Kyle is up into P7 from starting P11, so that's a great start from him. And what McLaren was it that was in ghost mode for a moment? I think that might have been Jay Williams, because he has been swallowed up in this midfield pack. Oh, that is Pheasant Plucker straight into the wall in the braking zone. That is a big crash, and that surely will bring out the first safety car of the night. I think that will bring out a safety car, at least a VSC. Is that a full course safety car? It appears so. So let's see who will end up in the pits, shall we? Everybody has managed to get round the first couple of laps without a penalty. It's good to see. However, we now have 4-Star on the hard tyre, B Wheeler on the hard tyre. Pheasant Plucker is now left, unfortunate for him with that crash. It's always horrible when you crash in the early laps, but nothing's more devastating than crashing on the final lap when you know that you've got points in the bag. It does appear that it is just a VSC that is just lasting a no, full course safety car. So let's see who dives into the pit, shall we? So we have Jay Williams and Dragon on Speed both diving into the pits together. So they will both be going on to the same compound, I assume. Let's see what compound they come out on. This Williams having to go right to the end of the garage. If he's not got any front wing damage, a sweet stop will pull him out in front of the McLaren of Jay Williams. And it does appear that he has managed to pull ahead in the pit stops. So Jay Williams might have had a new front wing in that. I don't know. I missed it. I do apologise for that. So far, everyone from P12 down has made at least one stop. Everyone else knowing that they've got enough tyre life after the safety car to extend their first stint. At least those who have made a stop have enough time to catch up in the back of the pack and make these tyres work. Fortunately, nobody has been lapped yet. There is always that possibility, and it probably will happen at some point. Tubbs right up behind the safety car, not giving it a lot of room through this awkward chicane to hairpin combo that Singapore has going on. It's a very entertaining part of the track to drive, but if you get it wrong, you will get it wrong and you will know about it. Claire PR. Alright, let's see where everyone has ended up after the first couple of laps, now that everything has settled down, shall we? So under the safety car we have Tobes, who has gained 2 positions. Claire PR has lost 1 position. Royal Viking is up 5. Kyle is up 7. Draper has held position. Captain Nick is up 6 positions. Big Balls is down by 3 positions. He has managed to recover after that early doors incident. I'm not really sure what happened. I did miss it. And then we have Sadistic King up a position. JD is up 4 positions. Super Gabu's up into the points by gaining 5 positions. B Wheeler gaining 6. Dragon on Speed gaining 4 positions. And then everyone else below them are the biggest losers of the race so far, with Jay Williams down 6. Liverpool Fan down 4, Cole Paradox down 9, and 4-star down 14 positions. So he had an awful opening lap. That must have been the collision into turn 1 and 2. As we can say as many times as we want in the servers and the general chats, boys, take it easy into turn 1. Races aren't won at the first corner. But you always want the best possible lap position after lap 1, just in case a safety car does happen this early. And the biggest winners have obviously capitalized on the errors made by those ahead of them by gone whole into the first corner. It's a very tight entrance to turn 1 in around Singapore, especially with a full pack of cars behind you. If someone brakes a little bit too early, it bunches the entire pack up. Yeah, Captain Nick last week, excellent show of track position after lap 1. You've got to gain positions on lap 1 to give yourself enough time. Yeah, he didn't make any mistakes throughout the race. Epic drive for him, and I can't have any favourites as the commentator here. I've got to remain as impartial as Switzerland, but last week it was one of the best drives I've seen in CR2 this season. I normally just catch up on the race highlights on YouTube and skip through the stream, catching the big important bits, but now co-commentating on the races, I need to be watching every single lap and try and catch as much of the action as possible. As we see 4-star just pulling up in the back of the field, and safety car is in this lap, so we will jump on board with Tobes and see how he backs the pack up, as the safety car restart is possibly the second most important part of any race. You've got to get a great start, and then you've also got to manage to get it off the line and get a great restart off the safety car, otherwise you will get swallowed up by those who are behind you. Is he going to back Claire PR off into Royal Viking and Kyle and try and do his teammate an absolute solid? We don't know if them two are in a party together after last week. I'd assume they were, as they appear to have a team strategy going on. And Singapore always throws up an exciting race, regardless of who it is racing or what league it is. There will always be incidents and spills, and Claire PR is Tobes is absolutely sent it. Oh, almost loses it coming out the final corner underneath the safety car. And Claire PR has managed to gain some time on him there, as he got enough of a run going through the first couple of corners. Obviously turn 4 is a big part of the track leading down into that first ERS zone, and we've got to make sure that he's got enough ERS to be able to make that move. Is he close enough? He's half a second down, and that gap is not dropping whatsoever. Tobes has managed to get away with that one just about. Now he's got the rest of the lap, with Draper getting his first penalty of the race so far with a 3-second penalty. I believe it's 3 seconds. Yes, it is. Draper exceeding track limits on multiple occasions. So Draper is the only driver so far with a 3-second penalty. Let's see how he gets on with the race, knowing that this midfield bunch will be midfield will be incredible come the end of the race. Penalties will throw everything into disarray. Yes, Nick is making a move. The Ferraris are right behind each other, well, right next to each other. Both of them are looking at progressing through the race very quickly, making light work of the cars ahead. Let's hope they can keep that up, as both of them have gained positions. Big Bull, has lost positions during this race, but he will be happy that his teammate is the car ahead of him and he's not sat behind the competition. With one of the harsh drivers running wide there, that appeared that it was JD running wide, going through the turn under the bridge. Jay Williams is moving down again. It appears he's just been overtaken yet again. He's not fired those medium tyres up just yet. With Dragon on Speed taking a look at Super Gabu there. It's an interesting place to try and overtake. If you try and overtake into turn 1, you've got to make sure you have it done under the braking zone. Around the outside with a lockup. Oh, that will cost him some time, and he's run wide. Run very wide. And Jay Williams straight back pass. Nice move from here, capitalizing on some fundamentals that had just gone wrong for Dragon on Speed. Dragon on Speed, he's showing that he has the pace. He's just been unfortunate in the last couple of races to not score a point. So hopefully today he can break that duct and score a point. As he rejoined the league a couple of weeks ago, I believe, and he said he's got a little bit of ring rust going on. So it's going to take a while for him to break it and get back into form. But he has managed to close that gap back up into Jay Williams. No, he's not going to try it into the hairpin. Very close on the exit though. He had to back out of that as he got enough in the tank to make the move. Sorry if I've missed any of the action further up, but this battle, this four-way battle going on for P10, five-way battle, sorry, for P10 is getting very, very interesting. Let's move up the field a little bit and see what else we've got going on and who else we've got in a battle. Sadistic King is moving up onto the back of the Ferraris, who are also closing in on Kyle. Kyle looking to capitalize on a great run of form over the last couple of weeks. And he will be happy to be sat in 5th position at the end of lap 7. Bearing in mind everyone, bar 2 drivers are on the medium tyre. With 4-star and B-Wheel all the way down at the back. Hanging in there, in fairness. Hanging in there on the hard tyre, knowing that when these mediums start to go off, there will be a lot of grip to find. I really do hope that those two can pull a result out of the bag today. They were very unfortunate in the opening lap to drop all the way down to the back of the field. Let's move further up the field and see what's going on. Draper making moves. Draper is up into P4. Royal Vikings still holding position in P3 in that Mercedes. Claire PR and Tobes have just driven away from the field. Especially Tobes. Tobes is between Claire PR and Royal Viking there is 2.7 seconds. So there is a lot of ground to make up for Royal Viking to even get its sniff at P2 so far this race. Draper still the only driver with a penalty. So everyone is keeping it relatively clean so far. We've not seen anyone lose a front wing except for through lap 1. Draper is all over the back of Royal Viking now. And DRS obviously enabled, so he will get that slipstream going into turn 1. Is he going to go for the move up the inside? No, he is. Oh, whoa. A little bit too close there, Draper. Is he going to go for it? He's going to go for it into the next big braking zone at turn 5. Well, it's not exactly a big braking zone, but it's enough to warrant a move up the inside if he can get close enough. But bearing in mind there is a DRS train going on, and the only driver that does not have it is Royal Viking, as Draper sends it up the inside and loses positions to Kyle. And oh, that's Captain Nick going sideways. That is not what we wanted to see by Captain Nick. He went for the opportunistic move up the inside, and there was just not enough room at that corner. At that corner in particular, you need to have the move done before you even turn in, or at least attempt it round the outside, because if you turned in on, you are going round, as Captain Nick has just shown. So that moves Liverpool fan up into the points. Jay Williams is now up into the points. He has had a great recovery drive so far. JD's up in 8th, Sadistic King up in 7th, so both McLarens within a shout of decent points today. Big Bulls is the remaining Ferrari inside the points behind Draper. Draper has made it up into P5, losing a position to Kyle. Kyle up into P4 now, after an absolute storming first 9 laps of the race. Royal Viking still keeping his position in P3. We've just had and that is Jay Williams going past JD, who's gone into the pits and he is going to drop all the way down to the back of the field. So now we have both McLarens in P7 and P8. There is just under 2 seconds between them. Do we have the pace in the McLarens to see them challenging for the top we'll call it top 4. And if Sadistic King looks back in a moment, he will see his teammate just coming round that kink. That is what he wants to see. He wants to see his teammate gaining positions and picking up points. If they can both keep it together and both keep it tidy, they should have a solid haul of points today, the McLarens. And as we jump on board with Big Bulls, thinking about a move up the inside, it's not really worth it there. I've seen a couple of moves over the last couple of days with moves into that corner. There's just not enough room to actually gain enough traction or have enough grip on the outside for anyone to make a move up there. But Big Bulls has now got DRS on that guy Draper, and he's not got enough in the tank. Bearing in mind, ERS does not charge particularly quickly around here, so you've got to use it sparingly. You've got to know when you are going to hit that overtake button and how much you're going to use and when. Otherwise and that is Captain Nick back up into P11. So Captain Nick getting moves done. One more and he's back into the points. Draper is retired from the session. Is that Draper having a crash, or Draper is spun? Sorry guys for the cough. Sorry to interrupt the session by coughing. I'm okay. So is that a full course safety car, or is it just a VSC? Draper is out of the session, unfortunately for him. So now we are just down to 16 runners in the session. And that is Captain Nick coming in for a pit stop and a new front wing. So I'm assuming he got caught up in that collision. New front wing for him, another set of hard tyres. He is going deep like a running back tonight, guys. Carl Paradox, new front wing. And is that a fresh set of soft tyres for him? Yes, it is. So he's looking at going on another stop. B Wheeler now up into P12. 4-star. Getting overtaken underneath a safety car. No, he's not. They've just about kept that. Dragon Speed is now up into the points. Well done, Dragon Speed. Remember, guys, we are only on lap 10 and we have had 2 safety cars already. What is going on? This is insane. So we've lost 2 drivers, Pheasant Plucker and that guy Draper. Both of them have crashed by what looks like their own accord. I did not see the Pheasant Plucker one all that. The Draper one all that well. I just saw his car facing the wrong way. So it looked like he lost it coming out of a corner, or he got a tag and it just put him into the wall, causing a terminal damage crash. It happens. It's horrible. So we have Jay Williams also on a penalty. Jay Williams also on the mediums, but they're fresher mediums than his teammate. So is he going to look to get the jump on Sadistic? No, he's coming into the pits, so he's looking at going deep into the race too. It wouldn't surprise me if he puts on another set of hards and goes deep and just goes to the end of the race. And let's see what compound he opts for, because as we are under the safety car, there is no point in jumping to any of the action until we get the little notification. Oh, was that a drive-through he had? That was a drive-through penalty that he had. So Jay Williams with the drive-through, so he's going to have to still pit again. So he got caught speeding under the safety car. B Wheeler now up into P11. 4-star, P10. He will not be happy with that result, but he will be happy the fact that he is now at least in the points. Bearing in mind, Bring F1 is not in the session today. He crashed out during qualifying, and after we reset, he opted not to rejoin the session. So the championship standings can get flipped on their heads if someone scores decent points. A lot of moving and shaking in that championship table is possible today. Captain Nick is now on the hard tyre, so yeah, he's looking at going deep and overtaking people under doing the undercut on them, and just coming in this early, putting on the set of hard tyres and hoping that those ahead of him have to stop, and he's within 25 seconds, maybe maximum 31 seconds if they've got stop 5-second penalty in the pits and need a new front wing. You're looking at about 35 seconds in the pits around here. It's a long stop if you need a new front wing. It will be around 9.5 seconds, and then the 20, it will be about 29 seconds with. So we have Tobes coming out of the pits now. That will pot him out round about his teammate. Sorry, that's Kyle coming into the pits. So he's going to drop down the order. Is he going for the hard tyre? And he's had a new set of front wing, a new front wing and a new set of mediums. And look how much time he's lost just by that. He will drop all the way down to the back of the grid behind JD, I believe. Yes, he has. So now...
I didn't understand.
Sorry about that, guys, but Google just decided it wanted to activate itself. Okay, Google, go to sleep. Sorry about that, guys. Technology and getting involved in a conversation that doesn't involve it. So, out of the safety car now. Claire PR is now ahead of Big Balls, both of who have not stopped yet, and they are an 11-lap-old mediums. Bearing in mind, we've had 2 safety cars already in 12 laps. So those mediums won't have been stretched as much as they should have been by this point in the race. And there's only a couple of 3-second time penalties going on. One of which is to Captain Nick. And that is Big Balls coming into the pits. Liverpool fan and Royal Viking getting a jump on Big Balls. Royal Viking coming into the pits with 6 seconds worth of penalties. And Super Gabu also picking up a 3-second penalty there. And he's under attack. 4-star is looking at making a move on him. Let's watch this battle unfold with 4-star on, I think, the tyres. The tyres that 4-star are on are slightly younger. Captain Nick's penalty, I'd assume it's track limits as it's only 3 seconds. So he will have gone off track, and around Singapore it's very easy to exceed track limits as they're not really defined on some corners. With 4-star making a move on Super Gabu up into P5. He is loving life right now. But are those hards able to go to the end of the race? I don't think they are. I think he's going to have to make another stop. Dragon Speed. Dragon Speed is a surprise today. Epic drive from him so far. Stopped early on. I think he got caught up in the collision very early on. And then stopped 9 laps ago. So lap 5 for a fresh out of mediums. And has been going at it since. And on the game, you get 2 warnings. And on the 3rd warning, you get a 3-second penalty. So you don't get as many warnings on the game if you have the corner cutting on strict, which is what a lot of leagues, including this one, do run corner cutting on. So that is Dragon Speed coming into the pits. Where will he come out? I think because the field is still bunched up, he's going to come out outside of the points. So let's see where Dragon Speed comes out. After his performances the last couple of weeks, yeah, you get warnings first. You get 2 warnings, and then on the 3rd one you get a penalty. It flashes up in your display saying that you've got a warning for exceeding track limits. So Dragon Speed out in P14 as Kyle goes past him. And that is also Jay about to go past, I believe. Nope, Jay is still lingering round the back. So Super Gabu came in behind Dragon Speed and come out ahead. Good stop by the Mercedes team there. And let's see where the McLaren boys are, because everyone loves a good McLaren. P6 and P2 respectively. So both of them have had solid drives. Well done both McLaren boys so far. Claire PR chilling out front, doing what he needs to do, keeping it clean, no penalties so far. Sadistic, is he going to be able to pull that gap in before the next round of pit stops? I doubt it, but he could go for the undercut. Take that stop earlier and make sure he gets out ahead of Clear PR. So it wouldn't surprise me if we see Sadistic King pit within the next lap or two. Oh, saying that, Clear PR's done exactly what I said. Take the early stop, and he's put the hard tyres on. So he's looking at going to the end. 16 laps on the hard tyre. Easily doable. And we have an update into the Captain Nick spin. It was contact with Carl Paradox, and Carl Paradox has since apologised for the contact that resulted in Captain Nick's spin. But Captain Nick is right on the gearbox of B Wheeler now. I'm glad I noticed the Delta going crazy as we'll follow him round the next little bit of the track, see if he can get the move done. And we'll jump back on with position changes and see if Captain Nick can get this move done. Oh, round the outside. Beautiful driving from both drivers there. B Wheeler giving enough room. Captain Nick taking an absolute perfect line round that corner. And he moves up into the points. Carl Paradox. Are we going to see a repeat? Because Captain Nick is now hunting down Carl Paradox with 1.2 seconds, the difference between the two. Tobes is now up ahead of these two. He's just in his own race. He's not really challenging anyone, but saying that, oh, that is Carl Paradox in the wall, and Captain Nick has moved up another position. So that will be Carl Paradox requiring, yes, a new front wing. He is lucky to escape there with just wing damage. That is red front wing damage on the left hand side of his wing, going into the worst part of the track. And he's doing the sensible thing, staying off the racing lane and letting cars pass without getting in the way too much. You've got to respect that. And as he has accepted responsibility for the accident with Captain Nick, the stewards will look at it later on and they will come to their own decision. So Tobes coming into the pits now. So Tobes probably set of mediums to go to the end of the race. He's going to want... Has he got wing damage? Yes, he has. Big Balls is... Oh, Big Balls is gone. Carl Paradox is also retired. What happened to Big Balls? Big Balls is just... Oh, he disconnected from the race by the looks of it. So the Big Balls is down in P7. Captain Nick is not too far behind him. So Sadistic King and Liverpool Fan are out in front at the moment, leading the race, both gaining 8 positions respectively. Great result by them so far. What's a race ban? If there's no good reason for disconnecting from the race or for the contact. As it does depend on the steward's view on it. Both drivers will submit their POV. I didn't see it, so my stream doesn't come into consideration when reviewing incidents, unless I physically catch it on the stream, and then the stewards will watch it back. So Big Balls dropping down to P9. He does seem to still be in a solid state. But he does seem to be going very slowly. It looks like he may have lost some front wing and he's trying to get... Oh! Big Balls there, cutting straight across 2 cars to get to the pit lane because he was on the outside. That is going to cause some damage for another car. I think it was the Mercedes of Super Gabu that got caught up in it. As I say that, Gabu ends up sideways and just escaping the wall. B Wheeler getting caught up in another little bit of contact. That's Claire PR gone too. Bear with me a second, guys. I'm just going to give these drivers an invite. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. We have drivers dropping out left, right and centre. Claire PR has rejoined, fortunately. Dragon on Speed is back. His Big Bull's back in the race. It appears that Big Bulls is, yes, back in the race. So we have 14 runners left with 13 laps left. The 4-star out in front. That's after Claire PR disconnected, unfortunately for him. 4-star, let's see what tyres he is on. Yeah, there's a little bit of connection issues. So 4-star is still on the hard tyres that he went onto on lap 3. So it looks like he might be trying to extend these into at the end of the race. If he can manage to do that and hold on to the position, as he's currently penaltyless. But the Royal Viking on the hard tyres coming up right behind him, and they are fresher. So there is only so much he can do. And for some reason I'm not getting the interval changes on my screen for the leaders. So I can't even let you know on how much of a gap there is between certain drivers. All I'm getting is penalties. Sorry guys. But we can see that the McLaren boys are right on the back of each other, with Sadistic coming up behind Jay Williams. As Sadistic is now on fresh hards and Jay Williams is on old mediums, and he takes the sensible option of pitting now to avoid dropping even further down the grid. And cheers McConey for the compliment on getting the invites out as quick as possible. I'm trying to do this by myself. You can serve the 5-second penalty in the pits for speeding in the pit lane. It's normally done the stop after it's awarded, unless it's going to be your last stop of the race. And if you don't serve it, then it's added to your time at the end of the race as an on-serve penalty. The 3-second penalties are just added as race time penalties, essentially. I hope that helps clarify the penalty system. It wasn't very well explained from my end, but there you go. And now we're back. So we now have the interval between each driver. There's not that much. Sadistic King is making inroads into Liverpool fan. This battle could get a little bit tasty within the next lap or so. I'd say by the end of this lap in the next DRS line, which we should be coming up to in a moment. Next couple of corners, final sector. It's all about hooking this final sector up. If you have a slow final sector, you are losing out massively compared to the car ahead. And it does look like Liverpool fan has just that little bit more grip through this final sector. Kyle and Nick, yes. But Claire PR is also on the back of Nick. So after Claire PR had a little bit of a spin, Nick's also had a spin. Kyle is just minding his own business and letting the cars behind him battle on. As long as he stays out that battle and just keeps focusing on his line, making sure his lap time's consistent, he will pull away from that battle. And we have a VSC this time. Jack has had to postpone his entry into the league because he now has work requirements. So under the VSC, let's see who is where, because if you are a certain distance around the track, you can take a pit stop. We're green again, so nobody's going to make a stop under the VSC. Obviously under the VSC you only lose maybe 15 seconds instead of the 22 that you normally would, because cars are driving at 40% reduced pace, or at least should be. I highly doubt that that is the case. We have a move going on. That is a close battle between Liverpool Fan and Royal Viking, and I think Royal Viking has just edged ahead there, with Sadistic King now closing on up onto the back of both of them. Royal Viking has the win in, like, you can smell the win at this point, knowing that there's 11 laps left. I think he's on the fresher tyres. Yes, he is, except for Liverpool Fan. So Liverpool Fan, Sadistic King and Royal Viking all on tyres that are under 10 laps old, and 4-star, he might have to pit. We don't know. Why have I got 4-star in a McLaren? There. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Whenever I go to 4-star, it goes to Jay Williams, who is actually closing in on Dragon on Speed. But Dragon on Speed without a penalty yet on 6 lap old. We have, is that Big Balls that is now out of the Big Balls is in and out of the session. I'm not sure if it's just his connection, as he does keep going into ghost mode, but he is still in the race, but he is all the way down in P14, but it does appear he has taken another stop. Oh, Club PR past Nick. Let's see if he can get back. So at the beginning of the race I said that the 2-stop is pretty much quicker than the 1-stop. Yeah, so I've been made to look like a liar, with the current leader being on a 1-stop strategy so far. But he might take another stop. But the leader, in essence, if 4-star takes a stop, Liverpool Fan, who is only 6 tenths behind and will have DRS on this straight, will be leading the race on 2 stops. So what I said has come true. And then everyone else has opted for the 1-stop, which looks like it's being medium to hard tyres. And that is again Big Balls in ghost mode, or it was one of the Ferraris. Jay Williams now catching the back of Captain Nick. Liverpool Fan has just passed 4-star. Interesting final laps to come, guys. Let me know if you were 4-star, and would you take the pit stop now and drop down to, let me see where he will drop out. He would come out around about Jay Williams, but he would have to fresh set of tyres for the final 9 laps. Fresh set of softs. Try and gain as many positions as possible and get fastest lap. Would you do that? I think I would. And that is Captain Nick. Sorry, that was Captain Nick closing up on the back of this. So McConey, you'd stay out personally. Yeah, it all comes down to personal opinion. I'd personally go in and take the extra stop just for that extra fresh bit of rubber. I believe we are on next week, and yeah, if he can make it last, then he should stay out, but his tyres are 20 laps old now. He's had them on since lap 3 of the race, so those hard tyres will be coming towards the end of their tyre life pretty quickly. Like, he's dropped a second, of almost 2 seconds to the leader just in a lap. That's how much of a difference there is. Yeah, 20 laps on him. So he's due a stop soon, and he's getting a little bit sideways. Royal Viking and Sadistic getting very close there. Yeah, box, box, box. And then as he comes out the pits, it's hammer time, or Chico time, whichever one he wants to do it, as he is on a racing point. I know it's Checo, but I just quoted a song from like 2008, don't judge me. Sadistic King getting right on the back of Royal Viking here. It's an interesting battle between these two very fast drivers, two very consistent drivers that just haven't had the luck this week, well, over the last couple of weeks. Jay Williams putting in another impressive performance. I know that he started P7, he's now down in P8, but he did drop to the back of the field and he's had to work his way through, putting in quite a few nice overtakes on his way. Dragon on Speed has moved up to P9 ahead of Tobes. Let's see what tyres these two are on, shall we? Dragon on Speed is on the harder tyre and he's been on it for longer. So we hoping that Tobes mediums start to drop off within the next couple of laps. It's all he can do. But saying that, he has got quite a substantial gap to P11. So even if he wanted to, he could take that stop. I don't know why I'm encouraging everyone to stop, okay? Like, it's what I do. So the only thing I can commentate on is how I'd react in this situation, as I don't have anyone to bounce ideas off and I'm just talking to myself. Captain Nick getting very close to the back of Kyle. Is this what we want to see, the Captain Nick and Kyle battle, or do we want to jump up the field and see what else is going on? Kyle a little bit out of shape there. Oh, just about to get it together. Viking and Sadistic King. Alright, we'll jump up and we'll take a look. Well, it's a 50-50 on the vote, so I make the decision and I vote for Royal Viking. Why my game is doing that is beyond me. Every time I look back from one of the any car, I end up with I end up with Sadistic or Jay Williams. But Royal Viking has dropped off there. He must have had a mistake. Yep, gap's opened up, so we'll jump back. Captain Nick is just in a race of his own now. He's got 3 seconds in front of him and 4 seconds behind him. That is Kyle in the pits. Kyle, you're not supposed to take my advice. I don't know what I'm on about. I'm not a race engineer. Watch him go and set the fastest lap now. Nick that extra point. I'm actually not sure who's had the fastest lap yet. So fastest lap that I can see is Big Bulls down in 14th with a 1:38. So that's an impressive lap time since he's all the way down in P14. Bearing in mind, in this league, you get a point for fastest lap, even if you finish outside of the points. So if he finishes P14, he will still secure a point for the championship. That's the all-important thing here for him. And I think, has he just been lapped by his teammate? Yeah, he's just been lapped by his teammate. That's gonna sting. Yeah, so Big Bulls is down a lap. That's what happens when you pit 4 times. Again, biggest winners so far, Dragon on Speed, up 8 places. Impressive driving from him, especially with 2 of the fastest guys over the last couple of weeks behind him. Yeah, so we've got a Captain Nick fan in the house. We can tell that by now. Yep, so Claire PR just slowly catching up on Royal Viking after he dropped off from Sadistic. Is he going to take a pop at this? Is he close enough? I think he just about maybe. Is he thinking around the out? Oh! That was naughty by Royal Viking. Sorry about that, guy. Sorry about that, guys. My TV decided it wanted to turn itself off. Royal Viking not leaving enough room on the outside there. And yes, Claire PR, I did catch that on the stream, so if you need the footage, I have it. It will be up on my channel within about an hour. Sadistic King now catching up on 4-star. And 4-star just dropping away from Liverpool fan. If Liverpool fan can keep this tidy, 5 seconds in the lead, 5 laps to go. It's going to take the man, the myth, the incredible Speed King, 4-star, to take a second a lap out of Liverpool fan to even get anywhere near the win. But he is low on ERS, and Sadistic King will have DRS into the next straight. So this is going to be an interesting one. Captain Nick is up to P5 for those who love Captain Nick. Claire PR down to P4. And Captain Nick is only 4 seconds behind. So there is a possibility of P4 for him. Yep, 4-star has just been overtaken by Sadistic King. So those 24 lap old hard tyres are dead. They're gone. But fair enough, he's managed to get him to last 24 laps around what is a very tyre heavy track. There's a lot of wear on the tyres, there's a lot of awkward angled corners, a lot of wear, and a lot of braking and accelerating. Even if it's only for a split second, it's putting wear and pressure on the tyres that's not really needed. So if you can manage your tyres and get them to hang in there, yeah, I'd agree with that one. His tyres are gone. I don't think that he's got enough tyre life left in there for the podium. Like, Claire PR is 5 seconds behind, and he's gaining by about a 10th every corner. So Claire PR looks like he could be on for a podium. Captain Nick has obviously got the time penalty, which he's going to have to keep ahead of Jay Williams in order to stay ahead on track. But impressive performance from Dragon Speed today. Penalty free, 6 seconds ahead of the car behind, and 9 seconds behind the car ahead. Solid 7th place for him at the moment. 3 laps to go. If he can keep it up, he'll be happy with that performance and will definitely be contention for driver of the day, especially as he's gained 9 places. So solid drive from him today. It's good to see him having a decent performance. It will give him a big confidence boost over the next couple of races. And after the Christmas break, you don't know, we might come back to a completely new man. And that gap between Sadistic King... whose tyres are only on 51% worn? Is that 4-star or Dragon on Speed? As I say, the battle between Sadistic King and 4-star is now heating up again. Oh, 4-star's tyres are on completely dead. They're only on 51%. According to the comments I've got going on in the stream. So that's not too bad. So he should still have enough tyre life in those tyres to get through the last couple of laps. But with Sadistic King being on tyres that are 15 laps fresher, it's going to be no contention for it, unless there's a mistake somewhere by somebody. This race is all but wrapped up for Liverpool fan. He's got 2 laps left, and the Renault boys running in P9 and 10. Gabu missing out on a point just by 16 seconds, and however many penalties he's got. So he's got less penalties than the car ahead, well, than a couple of cars ahead. But there's also 17 seconds separating the two now. So the only drivers we don't have with penalties are Jay Williams, solid drive from him. Dragon on Speed, 4-star, Sadistic King, and Liverpool fan, all without penalties. So we have, yeah, McConey, you're not the only one. I thought they'd be absolutely shot by now. Yeah, I thought they'd be borderline going. Oh. 2 laps, well, a lap to go. Well, 2 laps and 2 seconds in it with penalties, yeah. So it looks like Captain Nick will be dropping down another position. Yeah, so Captain Nick needs to put his foot to the floor and pull that gap out again. Let's see if there's any battles going. Oh, that's a nice move by Tobes on his teammate. Oh, whoa. Kyle running really wide there. Oh, there must have been contact between teammates, because Kyle is missing what can only be said as, well, his entire front wing. Like, and he's got the rest of the lap to do to come into the pits, and then he's going to be pitting on the last lap unless he fancies chancing it with Super Gabu, who might still score a point. Gabu still might get in with a point here if he can keep it clean enough. And this is just consistent driving from Dragon on Speed, who is just like Big Balls. And we might see this move done before the checkered flag. So let's ride on board for a minute with this. Let's take a look, see what's going on. Captain Nick and Jay Williams, both of which have both gained positions. Jay Williams looking to gain another gain another position up into P5 after qualifying P7, and Captain Nick obviously gaining 6 positions if he gets overtaken. Yeah, last lap, we don't want any more we don't need any heroics, and both cars ending up in the wall now, do we? That's the thing. I don't know how many warnings Jay Williams is on, but Jay Williams is normally quite clean and consistent and stays away from the track limits. So he may only have another warning, or he may have 2 warnings, and another trip over that line will trigger him another penalty. I'm not entirely sure. But in a minute I'm going to jump on board with the leaders as they will be coming through the final sector, and we will see how this gets on. As Sadistic has closed in massively on Liverpool fan. So the final sector will be make or break, and as to who takes the win. Both of them have had outstanding drives today. Can he get his foot down, and can he get that move done? And Liverpool fan takes it, with Sadistic King coming in second, 4-star in third, Clear PR fourth, Captain Nick coming across the lane now. Oh, Jay lost it! Jay lost it! And still finishes ahead of Captain Nick. So Dragon Speed finishes in a very respectable P7. Royal Viking up to P8. Tobes P9. Has Kyle still got no front wing? Kyle has managed to get round 2 laps with no front wing. Well done, Kyle. But if my memory serves me correctly, Super Gabu has less penalties, so he's going to take the final point from Kyle. And as he did it, he took Gabu's front wing off, trying to defend at the last minute. B Wheeler coming across the line, and Jay coming across the line in P13. Not the result he'd want, but he finished the race. It's all you can ask for. It's a physically demanding track, requires so much concentration. It's unreal. And there we have it, boys. All over and done with a fantastic finish to the race, not just for the win, but for P10. Dragon on Speed, I'd agree with the game on that one. Driver of the day, kept it consistent, didn't have a penalty, gained 9 positions from I think it was P16, finished P7. All round solid performance by him. Some solid points for him and his team. So well done all round to everyone that finished. Those who crashed out, unfortunate. And we'll see you again hopefully next week, when I should have Jonathan back at my side. But I don't know, you might have just preferred me. I'm really not sure. But yeah, if you like what has happened here today, feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel, as there will be a few more videos like this going up in the next couple of days. And we'll just do a quick run through the top 10. So Liverpool fan, Sadistic King, 4-star, Claire PR, Jay Williams, Captain Nick, Dragon on Speed, Royal Viking, Tobes, and Super Gabu rounding out the top 10. Kyle missing out by 2 seconds, B Wheeler, JD, Big Balls, Carl Paradox, Draper, and Pheasant Plucker all DNF'd. So very unlucky for them drivers, but Big Balls very unlucky, got caught up in an accident, opening lap, and he's just never recovered. So let's see. And there we are, guys. That is the end of the stream. I'm going to call it a day. And enjoy the rest of your night, guys. Enjoy.